Hey there, first grade. How's everybody doing today? And welcome back to another remote learning math lesson with Mr. Enzi. Now today, before we get started, you're going to have to gather up some supplies. You're going to need to find that grade 1 Math resource pack. And that's that packet that has all these different math activities in there. And when you find it, you want to find the page that has this diagram on it, and it says start, change, end. And when you find that page, you want to make sure that page is in your sheet protector so that you can take a dry erase marker, you can write on it, erase it, and practice again. So you might want to hit that pause button while you find the start, change, end diagram, because I am getting ready to shrink myself into the corner as we get started. Today we are going to be doing grade 1 lesson 2.8, ChangeToMore number stories. And you will need your start, change, end math mat placed inside your sheet protector. And then you'll also need your dry erase marker. All right, so let's see here. Let's review a word that we've talked about before. Number stories. A short story with numbers that has a question at the end. And we've worked with number stories before. So let's see one. I have 5 pennies. I get 2 more pennies. How many pennies do I have now? Well, we call this a ChangeToMore story. And it's a ChangeToMore story because I'm getting more of something. I'm getting more pennies in this story. You can even see the word more appears in my story. Sometimes that's a clue. Now this here, our start, change, end, this is called a diagram. A diagram is another math tool that we use to help us solve math problems. Now this diagram is called the ChangeToMore diagram. I like to say the start, change, end diagram because those are the words that appear. The start, of course, is the beginning. The change is what's happening. Am I getting more? That's a change. And then we have the end. What do we have after our change? What do we have at the end of the story? So this diagram is going to really come in handy today because we're going to take those number stories and we're going to use the diagram to help us solve some problems. So let's go ahead and use this diagram to solve our story about the pennies. So you're going to want to have your sheet protector in front of you now and your marker ready to go. The story starts with I have 5 pennies. Well, that's the start to our story. I'm going to write the number 5 in my start box found in my diagram. So there you can see I have the number 5. That's where my story starts. I have 5 pennies. So you're going to want to write the 5 in your start box also. Now, my story continues. I get 2 more pennies. Well, this is the change in my story. It's what's going to happen that's going to change how much I started with. So for my change, I am getting 2 more. 2 more. That's my change. I started with 5, and then I got 2 more. Now my story continues. How many pennies do I have now? I don't know. So in my end box, I'm going to put a symbol called a question mark. You learn about question marks in writing class and even in reading. In math, we use a question mark when we don't know the answer yet. So now I started with 5. I got 2 more. How many do I have now? So I can go ahead and I can draw a picture. We've done math pictures before, and we have some room on our sheet protector to draw a picture. Start with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I got 2 more. 1, 2. How many do I have in all? This time I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pennies. Now I can also solve this problem on a number line. You have a number line at the bottom of your sheet protector also. I started at 5, so I put a dot at the 5. And then I got 2 more. That's like counting up 2, hopping 2, just like when we played Tigger and Rabbit Hop. 5 and 2 more. 1, 2. And look where we landed at. On the 7. So you can draw a picture to solve this problem, or you can use your number line. Now some of you know what the number model is. You may remember we started with 5. Because we got 2 more, we use the addition sign. And then it equals 7. So there's a lot of things that I can have on my sheet protector when I do a ChangeToMore story. I have to fill in my numbers in my start, my change, and then my end has a question mark. I can then draw a picture, or I can use my number line, and then I have my number model that shows my answer. Awesome job! Go ahead and clear off your sheet protector because we're going to try another one together. This time, my story is still about pennies. Let's read it together. I have 7 pennies. I get 3 more pennies. How many pennies do I have now? So let's fill out our start, change, end. I start with 7 pennies. I have 7 pennies. Let's put a 7 in our start box. Awesome job. My story continues. I get 3 more pennies. That's my change. That's what's different. I'm starting with 7, but now that's changing. I want to show you what else we can write. We can put the 3 in our change box. But because we're getting more, we can use the plus sign in front of it. Plus 3. We started with 7, and we're getting 3 more. How many pennies do I have now? I don't know yet, so I'm going to put the question mark. Now, we can go ahead and solve this problem a couple different ways. We can draw a picture, or we can use our number line. I'm going to use my number line for this one. Start at 7. I'm going to find the 7 and put a dot on the tick mark. And then it says to count up 3. Add 3. Get bigger. We're getting more. So when I hop 3, just like Tigger and Rabbit did, 1, 2, 3. Where did we land? We landed at 10. And I know some of you are saying that's a friend of 10, and you are correct. You can almost see our number model. 7 plus 3 equals 10. And mathematicians always write their number models on their sheet protectors. So we took another number story. We filled in our start, change, and end. We used our number line to find the answer, and then we wrote the number model. Awesome job. Go ahead and clear off that sheet protector. We're going to try another one. This time, we're talking about some Lego bricks. It doesn't always have to be about pennies. I have 4 Lego bricks. I get 6 more Lego bricks. How many Lego bricks do I have now? So what did I start with in our story? The start is the beginning. My first sentence tells me I have 4 Lego bricks. Let's go ahead and write a 4 in our start box. 4 Lego bricks. Let's see if we can figure out the change. I get 6 more Lego bricks. Our change is going to be 6 more. Well, I can write plus 6 because plus means we're getting more. How many Lego bricks do I have now? We don't know yet, so we're going to put a question mark. Now, I know some of you are saying, I know the answer, Mr. Enzi, but we have to figure it out. So we always put that question mark because that's what we need to solve. Now, there's a couple ways I can solve this problem. I can draw a picture. I can use my number line. I'm going to use my number line again. Start at 4. Well, let's find the 4 and put a dot. My change is plus 6. I have to hop 6 more, just like Tigger and Rabbit did. Let's go ahead and hop on our number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where did I land? This time I landed on 10. Another friend of 10. You can almost see the number model. Here it is. 4 plus 6 equals, and I landed on 10. Awesome job. So we can find our start, our change, and our end. Go ahead and clear off your sheet protector, because now I'm going to try to trick you. Look at our next story. I have some rocks. I find 5 more rocks. Now I have 10 rocks. How many did I start with? What's my start this time? I don't know. It just says I have some rocks. And then my question asks, how many did I start with? We don't know yet. We have to put a question mark in the start box. Wow! Let's see if we know what the change is. I find 5 more rocks. That's our change. In our change line, we can write plus 5. That's the change in our story. And then we come to the end. Now I have 10 rocks. So in my end box, I'm going to write 10. But I don't know what my start is. I'm going to show you this one using a picture. Here I have 10 rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was my end. And in the story, you might remember that I found 5 more rocks. Here's the 5 rocks that I found. How many rocks did I start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I started with 5. I found 5 more, and it equals my end, which is 10. Another friend of 10. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Now on my number line, I ended at 10, and I found 5 more. So I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I started at 5, I found 5 more, and I landed on 10. Awesome job. Go ahead and clear your sheet protector. We're going to try one more problem together. I have some hats. We don't know. I buy 2 more hats. Now I have 10 hats. How many did I start with? What do you think we're going to put in our start box? It says in our story, I have some hats. In our start box, we're going to put a question mark. I buy 2 more hats. That's our change. What do you think we're going to put in our change? Plus 2. Let's see what our end is. Now I have 10 hats. That's right. Our end is 10. So let's see here. I ended with 10 hats, and here they are, all my 10. And I bought 2. So here's the 2 that I bought. How How many did I start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I started with 8 hats, and then I bought 2 more hats, and I ended up with 10. So my number model, 8 is what I started with, plus 2 equals 10. Awesome job. On my number line, I ended at 10. And I bought 2. So I can count the hops that come in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hops. And that was the answer we found. Whew! Awesome job! Today we did start, change, end as we changed to more. You're going to have a seesaw activity that's going to allow for you to practice some change to more problems. But you're so good at it that I can't wait to see how smart you are. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.